Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get into the August love reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Alright, a beautiful Sagittarius out there. My regulars know I'm a Sagittarius. This is for my brothers and sisters in that collective. I hope y'all doing well. Going to get out your angel oracle cards for your love reading for August and see what kind of energies you're working with this month. All right, Sagittarius. You have keep an open mind. All right, keep an open mind. You generally do that, Sagittarius. You are one of the signs that definitely can go with the flow. Let go of control issues. Interesting. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have pay attention to red flags. Wow. All right. What's going on? We won't really know until we get into your reading, right? So let's just see what your 9-card spread says. With our lovely Sagittarius. For the month of August, we want to know what's going on in their love lives. We want affirmation, reaffirmation, warning signs, what red flags to watch out for. What's going on with our Sagittarius collective today? If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Alright, let's get right into your spread, Sagittarius. Let's see what is going on. All right, straight out the gate, 10 of Pentacles. Excuse me. You have Star, 17, King of Pentacles. All right, excuse me, King of Cups. I got Pentacles on the brain. King of Cups, 8 of Cups. Wow. All right. 2 of Wands at the center. So, forward energy, right? Devil card right underneath of that King of Cups. Interesting. And the Lovers. Wow. Some of you don't want to go back to the old kind of relationship, right? 12, Hanged Man. And the last card is 8, Strength, Leo energy coming in at the bottom of the reading. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, bottom of the deck. So the wheel's turning right now. It's an opportune time for you to take, there's opportunities coming your way in a lot of areas of your life. Certainly in your love life, I want to say. But wow, what does this all entail, right? Keep an open mind. Let's go of control issues and pay attention to red flags. We have straight out the gate 10 of Pentacles. So right now, you guys are kind of completing one cycle and starting another one. 10s are all about ending one stage in your life and starting another stage, right? So I'm going to move it over so you can see the card and the spread, right? So interestingly enough, it's like, you feel good. You feel good. It's like you feel like you're wrapping up this part of your life in a really good way. You've come to, you know what I mean? It's not like a 10 of Swords where it's like the end of this really long, difficult battle. It's like, okay, you've kind of ended on a high note, a particular stage in your life, Sagittarius, but you're really ready to start something else, something new. All right. For some of you, this could indicate that you are in a generally happy relationship. It gives you money, it gives you comfort and all of that, but you're kind of at the end of it. You're ready to go somewhere else, be with someone else for whatever reason. It's just that, like, this is a good thing you've got going on. So for some of you Sagittarius, it's kind of like, it's going to be very difficult, right? It's difficult for you right now because you have, like I said, what you have going is giving you abundance, giving you, you may be living in the lap of luxury for some of you. And you know that if you move on to something that's closer to your heart, like this star energy coming in, you may have to give that up. Stars coming in. So, of course, a lot of you Sagittarius right now are really reevaluating your dreams and your goals. What are your goals now? Some of you have gone through like a really difficult period these last few months, which has involved a lot of changes and transformation. And as a result of that, I think a lot of you are going through this kind of realigning of your dreams, right? I mean, the star is all about really getting in touch with what your dreams are, what you desire for your life. What is your goal for your life, you know? What do you want to do with your life? What do you really want to do with your life? What do you want to be, right? And so the star is that energy is very like personal. And so it changes, right? Sometimes it changes. It's like when we're kids, we want to be something, and then when we're adults, we want to be something else, right? So it's like this also comes in when we have big changes in our life, and that's what I'm saying. For some of you Sagittarius out there, it's like you're really incorporating what you've recently been through, and you're certainly kind of realigning your hopes and dreams. So, you've got a King of Cups, and some of you guys certainly have someone looking at you. A King of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio. King of Cups is in. He knows what he wants. I think he's going to make it very clear that he wants you. He has an eye on you, right? This person has an eye on you, Sagittarius, right? Now, this person can be very, he's very decisive in love, but he can also be very protective. Sometimes that energy can get discordant, and he can become very possessive as well. And so this is where we're talking about, like, with let go of control issues. It could be that some of you Sagittarius are dealing with somebody, they have this energy, this very, like, dominating energy in a relationship. They're the dominant one. They love you, they care for you, they tell you they love and care for you, but part of their energy is quite controlling, right? And so let go of control issues doesn't always necessarily mean it's you having to let go. It just means that somewhere someone has to let go of control issues. Maybe you or your partner, right? And pay attention to red flags. So it could be for some of you that this individual has come into your life and it started off very nice and protective and nurturing, and it started to turn a little bit, like they've started to become more possessive. Just take care, Sagittarius. If that's what you're going through this month, I think some of you certainly are going to wake up and find that out this month. And we're going to get into the Devil card, but it could be that in some situations there's a lot of drinking involved. There may be a lot of drug use involved, right? So, Cups energy, water energy, prone to alcohol anyway, in a way. So it's like certainly with the aspect to the Devil card, there's the aspect of hanging out, enjoying yourselves, quick kind of satisfaction. So I wonder, be careful because some of you Sagittarius are involved in this relationship with this individual, and it's like, yeah, it's very sexual, it's a lot of fun, maybe you guys are partying, right? But in amongst all of that kind of hazy energy, this person is getting more and more possessive. So be careful, and again, that's why I pay attention to red flags is coming in, I think. And so 8 of Cups, a lot of you are finding that, you're having this relationship with this individual, this King of Cups character, whether it's distorted or not. It's like there's something going on there with this individual, and it's like you're realizing that you need to put boundaries in place. I think for some of you, maybe you don't have the boundaries in place. Maybe you have not yet said, look, this is how this is going to go. And so there are issues about control because it hasn't been established like what your boundaries are, right? Sometimes control issues can come into a relationship because you haven't set boundaries, or you haven't told the other person like where you stand on certain things or what your expectation is from them. These are really real conversations that we need to have with people that oftentimes we don't have. But here with 8 of Cups, you're really talking about, you have a desire to move away from relationships that no longer satisfy you. And part of doing that is, the way to do that is to incorporate that 8 energy. 8 is the number 4 boundaries and strengths and weaknesses. And so if you want to get away from weak relationships that don't fulfill you, then you have to put boundaries in place so that only the right people come close. And it could be that for some of you Sagittarius out there, you have this King of Cups in your life and you need to set a boundary with them because they're getting too possessive with you. You have a desire this month to really push forward. A lot of you are working on heavy projects. new businesses, all kinds of new endeavors. You're looking toward the future. You have a lot of forward momentum right now, Sagittarius. And I just want to say that it's like you, any kind of love relationship that you're having right now is going to have to fit squarely into your plans. Because for a lot of you, and I want to say for the collective that's watching this video and my regular Sagittarius, you guys are on like a mission right now. A lot of you are really planning, you know, thinking big, making big plans for your lives, doing incredible things, artistic things. You're making big business moves. You're opening up businesses. You're starting new ventures. It's very adventurous time. This is very Mars and Aries energy. And so right now that kind of dominates all your love readings because it's like you're not willing to put up with anything. And I think that's why Eight of Cups is coming in as well. You're just not willing to put up with anything that is less than what you need right now, because your vision for your life is so big, you know, and you're starting to get affirmations back. Certainly with that placement of Jupiter over the next couple of years, a lot of us are going to start getting affirmations back that we're on the right course. The Devil is in, and so you're feeling also highly creative. Now, this is the thing with the Devil card. Oftentimes, Devil energy is misinterpreted as being like, you know, leading us to the dark side. Nothing can lead us to the dark side. The dark side is already in us. We are the dark side. You know what I mean? There's a dark side to humans. There's a weakness, a desire for quick satisfaction and being a slave to our desires. All of that is in us. That's not an outside entity. And so Devil energy, this is in fact Capricorn, the card for Capricorn, but it also indicates that really what it is, it's our sexual passion and energy when it's not focused properly. It's released kind of haphazardly, and we get into addictions and quick satisfaction, you know, instant gratification type scenarios. When we focus that energy, that's when we become very creative. That's when we create big pieces of art, works of music, or, you know what I mean? Fashion, whatever aesthetically pleasing, artistic, all of those things create. When we create, that is when we take that sexual passion and we focus it. I mean, think about it. The ultimate, you know, creation is a baby, and that comes from having sex. So it's the expression of two people engaging in sex that, you know, creates a life, right? But infused in that is love and spirit, you know, a sense of spirituality and connectedness. And here comes this person, this baby with a whole soul and spirit and a character and personality and everything, right? And so, so it's natural to understand that the flip side of the Devil, of that kind of energy we associate with the Devil, is just being highly creative. And certainly if you're focusing your passion right now, Sagittarius, you are really creating some really good things. Now, because you do feel very passionate right now, a lot of you are like kind of having this Mars and Aries, like wanting to go forward with your plans. You're very fiery right now. You're feeling very ambitious. You're feeling very confident. And so a lot of times, Sagittarius, of course, you are feeling highly sexualized, right? Really highly sexed. You have a high capacity for sex anyway, but right now, especially when Sagittarius feels increasingly, you know, when we feel very creative and in our own like kind of spirit, our sex drive increases. And so be careful again, like I said earlier with this King of Cups, because some of you are dealing with someone who is, you guys have this high, like intense sexual connection, and they may be taking advantage of that because again, they're becoming too controlling, right? Or vice versa. Maybe some of you are becoming too controlling, or you're catching feelings that are making you feel like you're losing control in some way or another. So just like, you know, just take care of that, you know, that energy. Maybe just slow it down or just be aware of it, really, right? And have those conversations that you need to have. Ultimately, there is the Lovers in. And so, yeah, you do feel right now, a lot of you, I think, are feeling that this is the one. Okay, a lot of you feel like, okay, yeah, there's some, I want to say some growing pains. There is some boundaries that need to be set. There are conversations that need to be had, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that this is not the right person for you. Remember to keep an open mind, which is, which came out as well. And I think that's the case because for some of you, Sagittarius, this person is indeed perfect for you. And it just requires that work, the work of having that conversation, or that work of putting those boundaries in place and telling them, look, this is what I want from you, and this is what I want to give you, and not being afraid. But certainly a lot of you are going through a scenario here with this individual where you feel very deeply, you feel very harmonious with them, you feel like this can work. Right? Apart from maybe any, like I said, any growing pains or anything like that, or control issues, minor initial control issues, for the most part, it feels very much like the kind of love you've been waiting for. And so the Hanged Man is in as well because there is a feeling of being comfortable. Could be that for some of you, this relationship was in a really comfortable space and now it's becoming uncomfortable because maybe you guys are getting closer, commitment is increasing, what have you. It could be that some of you, this is a friendship that's starting to develop into a lover situation, right? And so, yeah, some of you are kind of like just feeling funny, I think, about the change because, you were, for some of you, this relationship was very cozy and comfy and in a really kind of like easy spot, right? But I guess what happened is you just started to spend more time together for some of you, or maybe you just, a spark came out somehow, something happened, some kind of spark came up between the two of you or what have you, but it's just changed. The nature of it has changed and it's requiring you to change. And I think you are kind of begrudgingly, for some of you, you're kind of feeling like begrudgingly, okay, let me now, pull up my, what I mean? Let me like get myself ready to do this work because all good relationships are worth working for, right? And any decent relationship is worth coming down off of that T-square for, certainly if you've been quite used to a lazy kind of way of interacting, a lazy kind of like level of commitment with people, you know what I mean? This relationship is getting you to feel like you want to do more, you want to be more, and so some of you are doing it begrudgingly, some of you are kind of jumping right off of it and like waking up, right? But what have you are aware that, and I think this is the meaning for the card to come out. It's just to reaffirm to you that yes, this is not going to necessarily be so easy, Sagittarius. You are going to have to work, there's things you have to do. There are times where you're going to have to, hash out the control issue, right? But if it's worth it, if it's the love affair that you've been waiting for a while, that the true kind of match made in heaven, then it is worth it. And you have to be strong. Here comes Leo to round it off. Strength cards coming in, and again, another 8. Again, working to your strengths and not to your weaknesses. Insisting, making sure that you're getting what you need out of this, right? So that you're not constantly working from a position of weakness, but you're working from a position of confidence. When we pair with people who meet a certain criteria, we have to set certain standards for the type of people we want in our lives, and we shouldn't just be happy to allow just anyone in our lives. And, when people act in a certain way that is something that you don't tolerate, there has to be levels to this. Surely you don't just tolerate anyone. Would you tolerate somebody who broke into your house on a first date? No. Would you, you know what I mean? There's somewhere there's a level. And you've really got to find what your level is. I find a lot of people are willing to accept ghosting. You're willing to accept someone ghosting you, like literally dipping out and not communicating with you for a length of time, and then coming back and having no explanation, or the explanation they give you are just words that they give you. It's just what they tell you. You never even know. Oftentimes, a lot of us are in relationships where all we ever know is what this person has told us. We just don't even have, certainly when we're dating people new, it's a new relationship, we don't know everything about them. We only know what they've told us, right? We know their version of their story. And so when they then dip out and ghost you, it's like, more of us need to pay attention to that. I myself went through that, before. So strength is involved, this relationship is going to require you knowing what it is you want and being strong enough to ask for it. All right. Being strong enough to pay attention to red flags. know what I'm saying? But keep an open mind, you know, because for some of you, this is really a great opportunity for a great romance. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is here. And so I don't want to scare you off, but I do want to let you know it's almost like one of those things that, like, the amount of work you're willing to put in, it's like you get so much more out of this, because this is certainly the type of relationship that could really be, it could be the love of your lifetime, right? The best one. But sometimes the best ones start off with a little bit more exertion required, a little bit more paying attention, keeping an open mind. All right, I'm going to call it Sagittarius. This is your reading for August. Thank you so much for coming by. If you want to see the extended version of this reading, where we pull 9 more Thoth cards, and we also pull your Sacred Rebel Oracle card out, then you can go ahead and follow me over on Patreon. It's only $1 a month to join over there, and when you join me over there, you get the extended version of the monthly readings, and you're also eligible for the draw to win the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck, which I will be giving away to one of my lucky Patreon patrons on August 15th. All right, guys, but for right now, I'm just going to say, if this resonated, you please like and subscribe. Help me grow my channel. This is what I do full-time now, so I'm just so thankful for all your support, and hoping to be able to provide more and more quality readings for you, and answering a lot of your questions in love, life, and spiritual guidance. Okay? So for now, I love you so much, Sagittarius. Have a wonderful month. I'll see you mid-month for the mid-month love check-in. Bye-bye.